Hi, my name's Rob Cotton. Welcome to Leeds School of Food and Wine. We're a leading cookery school based in central London in Chiswick. Not only do we run a year-long diploma course for professional students and chefs, we also run a range of one-day, one-week and evening class courses to give inspiration for further recipes and skills at home. I'm going to show you how to make a garlic butter. Flavoured butters in general are very versatile. They're easy to make and they store for a long time. You can use them for many dishes, from your roasts to putting on your steak or even on your vegetables just after you've cooked them. Making in advance, they last for a good week or so. They can even be frozen and will last up to a few months. The ingredients we're going to use for the garlic butter, and these can be changed depending on the strength and the flavour you want to get from this. We're going to start off with a small quantity because it goes a long way. We're going to start with 55 grams of softened butter. This is really important. If your butter's too firm, it's going to be extremely difficult to combine the ingredients together. For this, we're just going to use 55 grams of butter with 1 clove of garlic. We're going to add some salt and pepper in at the end and a little bit of lemon juice. It's important not to add too much lemon juice because it will make the mixture too soft to work with easily. So to make sure that your butter is softened, put it into a bowl and just work it slightly to ensure that it isn't too firm. And this is the perfect consistency, nice and soft. It doesn't want to be too greasy or melting at all, but soften to room temperature. If you leave a block of butter out for half an hour, 45 minutes, it should be suitably soft. Okay. So to add the garlic into the mixture, it needs to be really finely crushed. You don't want to have too much of a strong aftertaste from this, so it's important to have it almost like a garlic puree. And if you didn't have any fresh garlic, you could use a garlic puree that you can buy in tubes, but it doesn't have the same flavour coming from it. It's not as strong and it's definitely not as good a flavour as you could use from fresh garlic. So to crush this, put the flat of the knife on the edge of the garlic, press down with your palm, and it makes it a lot easier to peel the skin from the outside of the garlic clove, as it's already broken up slightly. Make sure that you remove the small root end of the garlic as well. It's quite hard and doesn't break down very easily. To crush it up nice and finely, use your knife first of all to chop it into small pieces. If you have a garlic crusher at home, you can use one of those. However, I find they're quite difficult to clean, and you also lose a little bit of the garlic along the way as well. You don't get all of it out of it, so we find this is the best way of chopping up this garlic. So into nice small pieces, making sure you've got none of the paper outside around. Then to help puree it really finely, use a little bit of salt. This acts as an abrasive. Then put your garlic towards the edge of the board. Using the flat of the knife again, you're going to use a paddling action. An exaggerated motion of it is like that, to crush the garlic down into the board, releasing all the juices. So start at the near side of the garlic, crush down and work your way through. Don't take too much at one time, otherwise it won't crush nice and finely. So we're going to do this a few times so that it's really finely pureed. So you start to see the moisture coming out of the garlic. This is a good sign. Cut through it again, make it even finer. Remember to bring it back into one position so that it's easier to work with. And we'll just paddle it one more time to make it into a fine puree. So lots of juice coming out there, lots of flavours being extracted from the garlic. That just gets added into the softened butter. And then we need a little bit of salt and pepper and lemon juice to go in as well. So for the lemon juice, nice fresh lemon. Good trick with this is to roll it first of all before you cut it. This breaks up the internal structure slightly, making it easier to juice, and you gain a little more juice from the lemon. I would highly recommend using fresh lemon juice rather than any sort of concentrated lemon juice you can buy in bottles. Again, a much better flavour. You can add into this 55 grams of butter, between half to 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Mix thoroughly to make sure it's well combined. And then it's time to wrap it up and set it in the fridge. It's very useful and handy to set it in the fridge because it makes it easier to cut and portion up later on. To do this, just need a small amount of cling film. Take your garlic butter mixture, place that onto the cling, and then form it into a log shape. So bring the cling film over the top, press it down, and wrap it nice and tightly, turning the ends to form it into a log. That will take about half an hour to 45 minutes to set in the fridge, and at that point you can then cut it into whatever size pieces you need to use it as. Once the garlic butter's had half an hour to 45 minutes, you can then cut it. Just ensure that it is completely rock solid. Remove it from the cling film and portion it up into the size pieces that you require. To pop onto steaks, I would say about 3 or 4 millimeters thick should be plenty to put on a cooked steak to melt over afterwards to give you an instant sauce. And that's how you make garlic butter.